shall be coming round the mountain. Originally, when the chariot comes. Now there's a, oh, by the way, this is what inspired me to make this video, because I did do a video dealing with the song She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain When She Comes, which I believe I did it based upon what Apostle Gabar did a video on that. So I chimed on that. Anyway, I want you to listen to this. This is put up by Elder Manatazakba under the handle GMS Bible Teachers, Bible Teacher SC7. And the title of the video is How Can the World Be Ending Yet Beginning? So this is 43 minutes in.
Dallas, formerly of GMS South Carolina, here with me. And then another one of the elder brothers put it up in the chat as well. So I got a better image of it. So this is the image that's going around. Now you see right here on the train, it looks like a train they're on. And the train is coming around the mountain. Like the old saying goes, which that song, if you remember, when she should be coming around the mountain when she comes, I believe, I remember hearing somewhere that was talking about the chariots. I believe maybe one of the apostles said that. I'm not 100% sure. But back...
Yeah, Apostle Gabar did a video on it, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Apostle Gabar. And then I did a video based upon what the Apostle Gabar had did. And like he said, he heard it. He's not sure who he heard it from, but he heard it from one of us recently. Anyway, listen on.
Back to the image, you see this one guy on the right, on the left of your screen, he looks like an Edomite, right? He says the world is ending. See? And then you see on the right-hand side of your screen, or was it right? My right, yeah, it'll be on the right side of your screen as well. On the right side of your screen, the world, the so-called black guy with an afro and a beard. He says the world is beginning. And this is what? This is exactly what's going on. Because this world right now is Esau, Edom's world. This world is the world, the wicked is in authority right now.
Better, what is it? I'm paraphrasing the scriptures. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Because although this is Esau's ending and our beginning, it's also our ending and Esau's beginning. It's our ending of the curses and Esau receiving the curses. We will receive the blessings and Esau will receive the curses pursuant to Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. So somebody can put that in the comment section. I'm not going to go to it. Another scripture that comes to mind is in the Apocrypha. And this is why Vocab Malone doesn't like the Apocrypha. He didn't touch. He said, no, I'm not dealing with the Apocrypha. Because the Apocrypha says a whole lot, which is a part of the original King James anyway. But it says in 2nd Ezra's, chapter 6. You can start from 7. The key verse is around 9th verse. It says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And you can clearly see that Esau's kingdom is done. You got Biden in office, which they use that sporting events, they'll say, let's go Brandon, which means F.U. Biden. They want Biden out of there. Now you have Harris, Kamala Harris. Not everybody, but a handful of people they don't want to have nothing to do with her cabinet. You know, you have the president's cabinet and you have the vice president's cabinet. And it sounds like to me that there was another person that left, was about to leave. Simone Sanders. There's a bald-headed black woman. She's on CNN sometimes. But she's part of the cabinet. But there was another Jake woman. About 4 or 5 people that either left or are in the process of leaving the vice president's cabinet. If you call it that, I guess she has her own cabinet, her own people. Basically, in a nice way, they really want to say she's a bitch. Can you imagine her being president, man? That's going to set these Edomites off. That's going to, they please, Biden, don't die. But then again, hey, you croak. This place is done. This place is done. Anyway, let me go. Okay, it says here. Oh, by the way, there's a song, old song that was redone by Brian McKnight. When the Chariot Comes, which is a great song. He's a great singer, and it's a great song. But it's that old Negro spiritual that he modernized it. So if you click, you'll be able to see it, hear the video. Because Brian McKnight came out the church anyway. Gospel guy. Okay, let me... Like I said, the original name of the song is When the Chariot Comes. Let me read a little bit of this. Oh, who will drive the chariot? Goes on to say when the chariot comes. It said when she comes. Oh, who will drive the chariot? Oh, who will drive the chariot? Oh, who will drive the chariot when she comes? King Jesus, he'll be driving when she comes. When she comes, she'll be loaded with bright angels when she comes. She will never rock nor totter when she comes. She will run so level and steady. That's a song that the slaves sung, and then you had Jake on the Chain Gang singing that song. So let me come down. When the Chariot Comes, YouTube, day 232 of the American Sam Songbag Stay at Home series, an old time black spiritual, When the Chariot Comes, about the rapture, was made by, I'm not going to go all into it. She'll be coming around the mountain, the original song, When the Chariot Comes. We call the so-called UFOs the chariots. Sam Borg reports that the Negro spiritual, When the Chariot Comes, the original name of the song, which was sung to the same melody was adopted by railroad workers in the Midwestern United States during the 1890s. It is often heard today with response that add on to the previous verses. The original song was published in Old Plantation Hymns. Old Plantation Hymns. You know what I'm going to do? Let me take this. Old Plantation Hymns. So Jake had a connection. Jake had a connection. And y'all can put the precepts of the so-called UFOs or the chariots in the comment section. We all know them scriptures come to heart, to mind, quick. Let me see what this says. Old Plantation Hymns, a collection of hitherto unpublished. Let me just click on that. Okay, they're just giving you the actual songs. I wanted a list of them. Let me put down list. List. Oh, let's see what happens here. Okay, this is 25 black gospel songs that have their roots in slavery. Esau, you got a lot to pay for. Ooh. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot is a renowned call and response black gospel. A call and response is I sing a lyric, the rest of the people follow. The chorus follows. So you're working in the field. So that was a form of entertainment. And we're Israelites, man. And you know what? You Edomites, man, you better hope that time slows down. Because when your kingdom comes and our kingdom, your kingdom goes down and our kingdom comes, you gonna be hurt. You are gonna be hurt. Okay? It says Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot is a renowned call and response black gospel song in which the preacher sings the first line and the congregation responds. When a slave heard this tune, he would know that he had to be prepared for the big escape. Ooh-wee! The big escape. I'm thinking about Revelation 12. As a matter of fact, let me go to that. We're the Israelites, man. Okay, Revelation 12. Okay, Revelation 12, verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, Africa, into her place, America, and then scattered throughout the world, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. You get your welfare, your food stamps, your jobs, your clothes, everything you get is from the serpent, which is the Edomite nation. Let me look up the word serpent. So the serpent is going to feed us. This is a good question to ask a Christian. What does this mean? What is it? Who the serpent is going to feed us? Who's that? Snake, serpent. With the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. Revelation 12, verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. That's Esau and his military. Revelation 21st, verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. That's talking about when the Most High set up Jake. Key year is 325, when Constantine the First, aka Constantine the Great, sat as both ruler of the religious realm and the political realm, let's say. And then you had his sons and his sons' sons. After he died, the next son came into power, and that was for 1,000, a little bit more than 1,000 years. And that's when Esau came into power. That's when Esau came into power. So being fed by the face of the serpent, where she is nourished, that's America, and the other places around the world, for a time and times and a half a time from the face of the serpent. It says, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot" is a renowned call and response black gospel song in which the preacher sings the first line and the congregation responds. When a slave heard this tune, he would know that he had to be prepared for the big escape. I just read that in Revelation 12, verse 14. The song talks about an angel band that takes the slave to freedom. This is more proof that we're the Israelites. The Sweet Chariot is a code name for the Underground Railroad, which comes south, swinging low, to take the slave to free north. Carry me home. It goes deeper than that. Go down Moses. They didn't say come down Amun Ra. Go down Moses. Another Negro spiritual. Go down Moses talks about the Bible's Old Testament events, particularly Exodus 8 verse 1. In the lyrics, Israel means African American slaves. Ooh! It says, in the lyrics, Israel means African American slaves, while Pharaoh in Egypt mean the slave master. This is the new Pharaoh. This is the so-called white man, Esau. Revelation 11:8 on down says, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. This is why we call this place Egypt. The new Egypt, the new Rome, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Says Israel means African American slaves, while Pharaoh and Egypt mean the slave master. The word down in the American slavery American slavery context means down the Mississippi River, the place where slaves had to struggle with awful conditions. It is easy to see the roots of this black gospel song. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. They singing about the curses. Nobody knows the the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but me. It says, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. This masterpiece originated during the slave period because they were under the curses, but was published in 1867 in a book entitled Slave Songs of the United States. Many artists such as Louis Armstrong, Marian Anderson, and Sam Cooke have done cover versions of the song. This is one of the most popular black gospel songs. We are the Israelites. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Ooh! All these so-called Negro spirituals were all about the scriptures, what the stories of the scripture of the Bible. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Is a song that expresses an enslaved man's conflicting thoughts. Unlike most gospel songs, these lyrics manifest disappointment, irony, and humor in reaction to the absurd nature of life as it was experienced by slaves, Israelites. On the other hand, it may be just someone looking at the suffering going on around them, which was slavery, and wondering why doesn't God save everyone on earth since he made the effort to save Daniel. So, we were hurting. We're at the end of this thing, man. And Esau, you are in big trouble. Mary, don't you weep. Originated from from earlier than the American Civil War. Mary, Don't You Weep is one of the essential Negro spirituals, as it contains coded. If you notice, they've been taking down our videos because we say certain words. So now we have to use other words. We have to speak in code now. We have to use the Maccination, the Crown Vic Royale, the MOTB. It says code. So those are coded words. So when Jake was in slavery, they had to use those coded lyrics. You know, Esau, the master, they saying, oh, they just singing songs. Well, actually, they're speaking in code. It says the essential Negro spirituals, as it contains coded opposition and hope messages. It is exactly what scholars call a label describing their roots among the enslaved, as well as an authentic slave song. He never said a mumbling word that's about the Messiah. Roll, Jordan, roll. And I believe that was featured in the movie 12 Years a Slave. When one of the slaves, they were out in the field and they just dropped dead. Then they had the little backyard field funeral, and you had the Negro woman start to sing the song. Everybody, followed, and then the main character, this guy Solomon Northup, he started singing. He started getting into it, which was a great scene. It says, "Roll, Jordan, roll," is undoubtedly a staple in gospel music. The song was written by Charles Wesley and became famous among the slaves during the 1800s, which is the 19th century, being created as an escape coded message. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. Roll, Jordan, roll. I can't play it because you know how YouTube gets down. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Yeah. I'll come back to it. Oh my goodness. Ain't none of these slaves singing about Africa, man. Ain't singing about the Pharaoh. Pharaoh. It says, we are climbing Jacob's ladder. One of the first slave spirituals that became popular among white Christians. We were climbing Jacob. Hey, man, get the fuck out of here, Esau. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. No, you're going to get beat with Jacob's ladder. You're going to get your ass beat with Jacob's ladder. Okay? That's the only part of the ladder that you're going to get. We are climbing Jacob's ladder is a masterpiece that, according to academics, was written somewhere between 1750 and 1825. The song is based on Jacob's ladder Bible story, and its lyrics hold out hope that the enslaved can escape and enjoy freedom. Numerous artists have recorded remarkable versions of it, and it was even used as one of the principal themes in the great documentary entitled The Civil War. Because Jake didn't like being slaves. Jake didn't like being slaves. Free at last. This simple Negro spiritual was a straightforward point, as shown in the following lyrics. Free at last, I thank God I'm free at last. Moreover, its significance was approved by Reverend MLK Jr. quotation in his world famous "I Have a Dream" speech from 1963. It has one of the most memorable lines from all black gospel songs. There was a balm in Gilead. I'm on my way to Canaan land. I'm on my way to Canaan land. Just like other Negro spirituals, I'm on my way to Canaan land has a dual meaning code for slaves. The word Canaan doesn't only mean heaven, but also north, and particularly the British colonies that later became Canada. That was the place where fugitive slaves were going in order to be free. These are just some of the truly inspiring black gospel songs written and sung by slaves in America facing unimaginable pain. So there you have it. There you have it. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.